Essence Girls United did an article on Na'Ziyah Harris and it's titled The Tragic Case of Na'Ziyah Harris, a wake-up call for protecting Black girls from abuse and grooming. They wrote, "We have a long way to go in protecting our Black girls. The case of Na'Ziyah Harris proves that her heartbreaking story is sweeping the internet, yet unfortunately, she's not an anomaly. She's one example of how we need systemic and cultural change to protect our most vulnerable. The details of her story should dishearten anyone to the point they desire to make our communities safer for young Black girls. Along with seeking justice for Na'Ziyah Harris, let her story fuel you to seek change in your community." Na'Ziyah Harris, 13, was allegedly sexually involved with Jarvis Ramon Butts, 41. Butts shares a child with Harris's biological aunt, Shannon Harris, making him the father of Harris's cousins. Therefore, the relationship between Harris and Butts was supposed to be that of an uncle and niece. Grievously, detectives found explicit photos and messages between them alluding to romantic involvements, as Harris refers to him as Bae. At the time of her death, it's believed that she was pregnant with Butts' child and he was aware. Harris was last seen with Butts on January 9, 2024. On that day, there's evidence of Na'Ziyah meeting up with Butts after school. They stopped by his repair shop, then traveled about 40 minutes into a different city, circled back to his shop, then checked into a motel. These are the last events in which Na'Ziyah was seen alive. There's overwhelming evidence against Butts in this case. In addition to the footage she was last seen in and the messages found on her phone, multiple witnesses took the stand during his preliminary hearing. Those witnesses included Harris's aunt, mother to Butts' kids, and Na'Ziyah's little cousin, who was 8 when Harris disappeared. The little cousin recalled 2 separate occasions Butts took her and Na'Ziyah to the auto shop and had sex with Na'Ziyah. She said Butts also tried to have sex with her on the second occasion, but she refused. Following that preliminary hearing, Judge Aaliyah Sabri declared there was enough evidence for Butts to go to trial. Butts is being charged with first-degree premeditated murder, second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and child sexually abusive activity. According to CBS News, a calendar conference date is set for March 7th at 9 a.m. The conference allows the legal teams to discuss trial logistics, including motion hearing and motion filing dates. As a community, we should look at this case as a prime example of how much work we have to do when it comes to protecting our children, and especially Black girls, said Judge Sabri in the court hearing. Protect young girls in vulnerable spaces. Protection is what Na'Ziyah Harris and many Black girls across the globe are lacking. Her case amplifies a significant issue. Not only did Na'Ziyah's family neglect her, but so did anyone who suspected suspicious activity. The lack of attention young Black girls receive makes them susceptible to abuse, especially grooming. Grooming is defined as manipulative behaviors that an abuser uses to gain access to a potential victim to coerce them to agree to abuse. Grooming is especially common when the abuser is close to the victim's family, which is Butts' case. 1 in 9 girls under the age of 18 experience sexual abuse or assault, and 93% of the perpetrators are known to the victim. Butts is not a first-time offender, and despite his former cases, Na'Ziyah's family still allowed her to be around him. He was charged twice before with sexually assaulting underage girls. As soon as he was permitted around minors, family and friends should have taken the necessary measures to protect those children. Though Harris's family faces much criticism online about their lack of safeguarding her, this is a reminder that everyone connected to young women who are in vulnerable positions should be doing their best to protect them in their situation. It takes a village to protect at-risk Black girls. What's even more disheartening about the situation is that people are defending Butts. Social media videos of Na'Ziyah resurfaced of her lip-singing and dancing to explicit R&B songs. From the message log found by detectives and her posts on social media, users believe she genuinely loved Butts and thought they were in a romantic relationship. Because of this, she's being painted as being grown and fast. One male took to Facebook and said, "She got what she asked for. That's these kids' problem. They gonna learn. You wanna be grown, show them grown." Disgusting. Children are a product of their environment. Harris's social media consumption was obviously not monitored, leading her to listen to music and creating content inappropriate for her age. She was also groomed into believing her relationship with Butts was more than abuse. There's no world where a child should be held accountable for the lack of parenting they received. Disassociating Na'Ziyah's age with her actions is extremely dangerous. That's why slandering young girls as fast is faulty. It gives predators space to treat them as older than they are. The Black community must do better culturally to shift how they talk about young girls. Systemically and culturally, there's work to be done. Na'Ziyah Harris's aunt, Roxy Rocks, who is not associated with the immediate family, has taken it upon herself to organize change. She's committed to making sure the abuse of underage girls stops.